I want you to close your eyes for a minute. I want you to picture two children. One's a little girl, white dress, curly hair. The other one's a little boy. Dirty sweater, dirty shorts or pants, no shoes. And think about, why isn't there such disparity between these two children? When we think of that little girl, we get in our mind, our eyes closed, and we're picturing her. Her face is radiant, she's happy, and she seems to be enjoying life as a little girl. The little boy we look at, his face has no expression. He's holding his hand out, looking for things as people pass by. Open your eyes and go along with the journey with me, that there's no room at the end. I kind of fed you that to put a different connotation in your mindset for some people. This is a reality that I live with in Latin America. As I depart the U.S., we have pictures of those little girls all over the place. Happy little children playing in yards, playing in their schools, having fun, enjoying life with no cares in the world. Having all the advantages that our society has to offer. The problem is, we don't see how special we are because we're immersed in it. We're surrounded by this environment and we have no clue that there's something different, something more challenging. That little boy, let's call him David. We might say David, but in Spanish they pronounce it a little bit different. His name is David. Little boy, about 3 or 4 years of age, all stained sweater that has not been washed in who knows when, if ever, since the time frame he got it. Pants are in the same sort of disarray. And he's sitting on some steps, holding his hand out, looking for donations. He has no connection to you other than a sad look in his eyes. Why is that boy like that? Because of the situation he was born in? He had no choice in it. What would be his future? If his parents can't afford a school uniform, as he gets a little older, he can't go to school. How can a country or a child move forward without the ability to read, to write, to communicate well, as we as Toastmasters are learning to use these verbal skills? This little boy is trying to get donations from those who pass by on a busy street, ignoring him because all their other plots are the same shape as this little boy. They can't afford 2 nickels just about to rub together. They have nothing to give. The boy kind of looks for strangers, those gringos that have different colored skin and hair. Because the gringos, they've got money. So he kind of focuses on those that are different than those from his neighborhood. Trying to get $1 or more. So he can give that to his mother, so she can go to the market and buy food for the day. Back home, there's no refrigerator. There's no TV to watch cartoons. There's no radio to listen to music. A lot of cases there's no beds, as we would know it, beds. In most cases it's a hammock that's strung up for the children especially to lie in, to be above the ground, to stay away from insects and creepy crawlers. What if that little boy didn't have a mother, didn't have a father. What would happen to that little boy without that type of support group? We have a hard time imagining a child being given up with no one around to care for them. I'm about ready to have my first grandchild, and I can't fathom a child not being wanted and being loved and being cared for in all aspects, and try to cherish that child that have better. And seeing this little boy just tear me apart. But children like that are common in Latin America. We found such a pair of boys staying in a garbage heap. So they collect some scraps of food. Just the thought of that just turns my stomach. Pieces of food that have been left over by the rich, the well-off, thrown in the garbage and transported to a dump that is a day or more old, that the rats and the birds, and they're trying to fight these other things off to get a piece of meat or vegetable. And these two boys are caring for themselves. And these boys came to us at children's home. Luckily, we had room for them. We were able to take them in. But there are children we have to turn away that are in the exact same situation. Maybe not quite as bad, because there's no room at the inn. What causes us to have no room at the inn? It's the dollar, the lack thereof. I want you to think about this. How much do we spend on just our snacks in a month? $20, $30, $50. Maybe like Lou, he's always at the snack bar getting more snacks, and it's $100 a month. Can I ask you to give $1 per child to have my children's home? Avoid buying a candy bar and a soda per child for 1 month. That's $27. And that 27 will help me to find 28. Add one more child in the room. Mr. Toastmaster.